How you doing, guys? Chris is back here with another video. This video is not a pickup video. It's not going to be a shout-out video. It's not going to be a introduction or a contest or anything like that. What I'm going to talk about now is variants, label variants, screw variants on back in the NES days. We all know there's different variants out there. Variants can range anywhere from like the original Zelda, where there was gray carts, to gold carts. And even between that, there's other variants. There's supposedly like a 5-screw Zelda cart. There's Zelda carts where you have the Nintendo logo being the round one or the oval one, and a lot of these games have a lot of these variants. Usually, the variants don't make that much of a difference. It's kind of like okay, maybe a dollar or two, whatever. But what's funny about variants is sometimes they can completely shock you because there's some variants out there that are actually rather rare and hard to come by. And this is actually one of them, believe it or not, Silent Service. This is typically, there it is, typically like a $3 game, a little bit under. I think I paid $2 for this one at a pawn shop. But anyway, I was joking around with one of my friends talking about my rarest game and said, this is one of my rarest games. And it comes out actually as a rare game. This is the 5-screw. As you can see, there's no tabs on top, and they're on the back. You can see the 5 screws. There's no label here down on the bottom. I don't know how well you can see it or not, but there's no date. And basically, it's the same game, but this is the way it's set up. I'm not exactly sure the story on this one, but I posted it. And Jason Broussard, who owns Game and Trade, sorry, Trading Games. Sorry, my bad, Jason. Told me no, the game really is rare. He goes, I only had about 2 copies out of the 1,000 that he's found, and that he kept one. He sold the other one for like $50 a couple years ago. I'm like, wow, really? There ain't no way. So I posted this on Nintendo Age, and I got a guy who's planning on buying off me for $60. So I'm like, holy shit, a $2 game that is only worth about $3. I'm selling it and getting $60 for it. And the only reason why I'm selling it is because, well, I'm not a real big, stickler in the variants. So I'll sell this one. I'll get another copy of Silent Service for a couple of bucks before it shoots up in price. Different story there. But I'm going to grab that one. And then with the other, $57 or whatever, I'm going to be able to buy another higher end game because I had to sell most of mine off a couple months ago, unfortunately. And I'm probably going to shoot back to get Battletoads Double Dragon because it was a fun game, and it was another one I picked up for $2 at the pawn shop. I kind of kicked myself in the ass for selling it off. But anyway, so if I was you guys, check up on these variants. I mean, you never really know what you have. I didn't know I had a game that was worth $60 here. I thought I had a game that was worth $3. So do your research on Nintendo Age. There's a whole listing of games that are rare to find, hard to find, like Silent Service 5-screw. The one right here. Only 2 people listed that they had it. Jason said he wasn't on the site, so altogether maybe 4 of them had been found in the wild. And then there's games like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, which there's like 10 known 5-screw variants of that. So I mean, some of these games can get pretty popular to the variant collectors, because there's some variant collectors out there who's like, ooh, well, Dragon Warrior had 4 different colored labels, so I gotta get all 4, And like I said, I'm not that way, but hey, if you're into variants, more power to you, and definitely check them out because there are some pretty cool variants out there, like the Metroid variant, where instead of the gray label that shows the gameplay, it's a yellow label with a drawing of Samus on it, which is I think it's pretty cool. I actually want to get that one CIB later. Like I said, I'm not a real big fan of variants, but I think that's one of the cooler variants. There's Blades of Steel, I believe it is, has like a red variant and like a gray variant, or maybe it's a blue variant. I don't know, but anyway, check variants online, especially on Nintendo games. Nintendo games seems to have a lot of variants. Most of them, like I said, aren't rare, aren't really worth more, but some just look cool, and some people do it just to say, hey, I got all the variants. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. I have a pickup video coming. I was going to do it this weekend, But there's one game that I'm supposed to be picking up with a trade from Alex and from the St. Louis group, but I haven't picked the game up yet. So once I pick it up, I'll probably do it, and hopefully maybe next weekend I'll have more stuff to show you. So until then, peace out and have a good one, guys.